Welcome to Business Studies Lessons. Chapter 1: Nature and Significance of Management. Part 3. We have already covered characteristics of management, importance of management, nature of management. And today's lesson objective is functions of management. Review time. Now let's revise what we learned in our previous lesson. It was nature of management. In nature of management, we learned whether management is a science, management is art, or management is a profession. Let's see management as an art. We discussed that there is existence of theoretical knowledge, which means there are some theories and there are some laws and there is some knowledge that people normally learn, and it is also available in arts, in management also. Is management a science? Is management a profession? The argument was that it has a well-defined body of knowledge, but there is no restricted entry for the managers. Even though there are so many professional associations, but manager need not be part of it, and manager need not follow all the ethical code of conduct. And even though social objective is one of the objective, still profit making is the main objective of any organization. So in nature of management, we found that is management an art? Yes. Is management a science? Yes. And is management a profession? And the answer was no. Next, we learned levels of management. In that, we learned top level management, mid level management, and lower level management. In top level management included the director, the chairman, the CEO, the CFO, etc. In mid level management, mainly the departmental heads. Whereas in lower level management, there is supervisors who are directly in charge of the workers. Today we are going to learn functions of management. In functions of management, we are going to see what is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Functions of management. Management is what management does, or whatever the manager does. It is a dynamic process because it consists of several activities. Then activities or elements which the manager performs, whatever the manager does, the day-to-day activities, all these things are called functions of management, and it includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Planning is the initial task of every management, that is, it is the first step. It helps in determining the future course of action to be followed. Planning is where the business organization is now and where you want to take it to the future. And don't think that when the planning is taking place, it is done by one person. Planning is done for short-term as well as long-term goals. Planning is done in consultation with the important members of the organization. It is the primary function of deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and whom it is to be done, by whom it is to be done. The best example I can give you is that of a business plan. Before you start the business, a plan is prepared. They set the objective of the business, what they want to do, and how much finance will be needed, how many people will be required, what will be the marketing plan. You can also relate planning to a road map or a Google map, which will show you your current location. And when you type where you want to go, it will show you the route. Planning is where the organization is currently in and where you want to take it to the future. Organizing. It is the process of establishing relationship among the members of the enterprise. It involves grouping of required tasks into manageable departments. That is, you're grouping the task and giving it to various departments, such as purchase department will do the purchasing, sales department will do the sales, marketing will take care of marketing, and finance will take care of the finance. So it is the establishment of authority and responsibility within the organization. At this point, I would like to explain to you what authority and responsibility is. Let's look at the diagram. The person who is placed above you is called the superior, and the person who is placed below you is called the subordinate. The superior has authority over the subordinate, and the subordinate is responsible for completing all the tasks that has been given to him by his superior. So staffing comprises of a series of functions. Recruitment and selection. That means selecting the employee, whether you are selecting it internally or selecting it externally from outside the organization. Training is normally provided to the employees. Then appraisal of the employee in an organization, which means giving feedback to the employees. So first, job analysis. The organization checks how many people are required. Then they advertise. Then recruitment and selection procedure. Then they are trained. Then their performance is monitored and feedback is given. Directing. Direction is not just issuing orders and instructions by superior to subordinate. Let me remind you who is a superior and subordinate. We learned in the previous topic. Superior is the one who is placed above you, and subordinate is the one who is placed below you. It is not just giving orders to your subordinates. It is guiding, motivating, and leading them for what? To perform the task assigned to them. Controlling. First, let us look at the diagram. Let's imagine that the manager is setting some standards for these employees, and then they are being monitored, and then their actual performance is compared with that of the standard set, and then corrective actions are taken if there is deviation. So same thing has been explained here. Steps involved in controlling are establishing standards of performance, then measuring actual performance, comparing the standard of the employees or performance of the employees with the standards, and taking corrective actions where any deviation is found. What is coordination? Look at these pictures. Look at the first one. The first picture, in the first picture, without proper hand and eye coordination, this juggling act cannot be performed. The next one, the highly dangerous act of trapezium, works on the principle of coordination. Even a puzzle can only be solved if there is a proper coordination between the members of the team. Did you get the meaning of the word coordination? So coordination is by which a manager synchronizes the activities of different departments is known as coordination. The best example I can give for synchronize is reminding you of cadets marching in Republic Day parade. With the perfection with which they do, there is some sort of coordination between these cadets. So, what is coordination? Coordination is the essence of management. Coordination is the force that binds all the functions of management. What are the functions of management? Planning, staffing, organizing, controlling, and directing. It is required in every function of management. In planning, coordination is required between the master plan and supportive plans of different departments, between long-term and short-term plans. Organizing. Coordinating is required in different resources of an organization and activities to be performed. Directing. Coordination is required between the superior and subordinate, between orders, instructions, and suggestions. In this function, also coordination is required between the standards and the actual performance, their comparison, and giving feedback. Next topic is nature of coordination. Next topic is nature of coordination. So in nature of coordination, the first one is coordination integrates group efforts. Integrates means combines. So it gives a common focus to group effort to ensure that all performance is as per the planned performance. Then coordination ensures unity of action. It acts as a binding force between the departments and ensures that all actions are aimed at achieving the goals. Whatever actions each department is doing, purchase department, sales department, marketing. So these actions all are aimed at achieving the goals of the organization. It is a continuous process. It begins at the planning stage and continues till controlling. Not only that, it begins at the day one the business starts, even before that when the planning takes place, and till the business closes down. Coordination is a pervasive function. Pervasive, we already know. That means coordination is used in all kinds of organization, at all levels of management, and at all departments of the organization. Coordination is the responsibility of all the managers. So not only top level, even middle level managers and operation level managers, they are responsible for this. Coordination is a deliberate function. That means even though the departments and the work is moving on smoothly and they are coordinating among each other, the manager need to coordinate their work and their activities. Next lesson objective is importance of coordination. Growth in size. This means that coordination is important when the organization grows, when there is increase in the number of number of employees from say 6 to more, increase in the output, whether to coordinate whether there is sufficient demand or sales, increase in the number of branches from branch 1 to 2 to 3. At times it may become difficult to integrate their efforts and activities. Functional differentiation. Since all departments functions in a different way, so all the departments and individuals depend on each other for information to perform their activity. Finance manager may want to know how much budget is required by research and development manager, or how far the research how far the research has been carried out. The process of linking the activities of various departments is accomplished by coordination. Last one, specialization. Specialization means business and individuals concentrate in what they are best at. You must have heard Japan is specialized in electronic goods. Brazil is for coffee. France is for perfume. So, coordination of a specialist is required if an organization is aiming for specialization. Review time. So we have learned, what have we learned today? We have learned functions of management, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and coordinating. In planning, what do you mean by planning? It is deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and by whom it has to be done. Organizing is arranging the resources, then establishing relationship, grouping, and establishing authority and responsibility. Staffing is, first you have to analyze the vacant position, then recruitment and selection through advertisement and whether it is internal or external recruitment, training, Then monitoring the performance of the employees, and appraisal. Appraisal means to give feedback. Directing. It is not just ordering or instructing, it is guiding, motivating, and leading the employees to achieve the goals of the organization. Controlling. It is establishing some standards and then measuring the performance of the employees, comparing it with the standard set, and take corrective action if there is any deviation. You can find coordination in all the functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Nature of coordination. So coordination integrates, that means combines group efforts. Coordination ensures unity of action, that all work towards a common goal. It is a continuous process from planning to controlling. It is pervasive. It is used at all levels, in all departments, and in every organization. Coordination is the responsibility of all managers, not just top level, middle level management, as well as lower level management. And it is a deliberate function. Even though workers are doing their work properly, departments are functioning smoothly, still the manager has to coordinate and know what is happening in the organization. Importance of coordination comes when the business grows, and because there is functional differentiation, each department is doing a different kind of job, and when the organization is aiming for specialization. Review time. Question time. Coordination is functions of management, essence of management, objectives of management, characteristics of management. Does it look confusing to you? Let's see them one by one. So functions of management is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So there is no coordination in this. Objectives of management means organizational objective for the business, social objective for the society, and personal objective for the employees. So here also coordination is not there. Let's check if it is there in characteristics of management. In characteristics of management, it is written that it is goal oriented, that there is one goal. It is all pervasive. Pervasive means it can be used in all sorts of organization. Multidimensional, that an organization has to manage work, people, and operations. It is a continuous process. It's not for few days or for a year. It is so long as the business is there. It's a group activity. So it's done. Individual goal is not given importance. Work is divided in groups, and that's how they achieve their objective. Dynamic functions means dynamic functions means we can bring changes in the way the business works. Intangible force means management can be felt but cannot be, the organization is being managed, that can be felt but you cannot see as such. So the only thing left is essence of management. In characteristics of management, it is written that it is goal oriented, that there is one goal. It is all pervasive. Pervasive means it can be used in all sorts of organization. Multidimensional, that an organization has to manage work, people, and operations. It is a continuous process. It's not for few days or for a year. It is so long as the business is there. It's a group activity. So it's done. Individual goal is not given importance. Work is divided in groups, and that's how they achieve their objective. Dynamic functions means dynamic functions means we can bring changes in the way the business works. Intangible force means management can be felt but cannot be, the organization is being managed, that can be felt but you cannot see as such. So the only thing left is essence of management. Name the force that binds all the functions of management, or name the process that synchronizes the activities of different departments. So they have again given cooperation, coordination, controlling, and commanding. The answer is coordination, because coordination is basically communication between various departments so that all can work towards the common goal, whereas cooperation is working together. Thinking before doing, under which function of management is performed this? I think we all do this. And what could it be? Planning, organizing, staffing, commanding, controlling? So it's planning. Arrangement of resources for achieving target. Which function of management is performed here? Organizing means arrangement of various resources. It is like making arrangement for a birthday party or school annual day. Under what function of management does corrective action fall? When manager checks the actions with the standards fixed by the organization, and if the actions or work done doesn't match with the standard, then corrective actions are taken. So corrective actions fall in controlling. Recruitment and selection of personnel comes under which functions of management? So personnel means people. Staff is such a commonly used word which refers to people working in an organization. I think you would have guessed it. This function deals with not only ordering but also guiding and motivating the employees. What it could be? Though commanding word sounds like a very harsh word like ordering, but it also includes showing the right path, which is guiding and motivating to get the work done. Business manufactures more than what is required, so the sales department is not able to sell them. What is lagging behind? Definitely, the manager of different departments are not communicating with each other, which means they are not coordinating. So there's a question here. Coordination is the orderly arrangement of group effort to provide unity of action in the pursuit of common purpose. In the light of the statement, explain the nature of coordination. And again, what is meant by coordination, how it integrates group efforts, and ensure unity of action. Is there 5 features, 5 characteristics, 4 characteristics? All this is All this is explained in nature of coordination. So nature means characteristics or features. Coordination is the essence of management. Do you agree? Give reasons. So you need to explain that in all functions of the management, coordination is there or coordination is required. So there is one question. Management is a series of continuous interrelated functions. So what you have to write? You have to write just the functions of management. With this, we come to the end of the session. We will meet in the next session with Chapter 2, Principles of Management. Thank you.